Hello, welcome to the third of the Quest tutorial videos. In this video I'll be talking a lot about some of the basic functions in Quest. So for example, when you calculate a spectrum, the default scale is in chemical shift. But this isn't, you can change this to frequency if you prefer, where then it will be plotted as a function of resonance frequency. So this, for example, can be useful if you're simulating NQR spectra where the chemical shift doesn't really have much of a meaning, or also if you don't want to bother with different chemical shift references, then you can just use absolute resonance frequencies. So by default also the reference frequency is set to the Larmor frequency that you entered for the chemical shifts. Although this may not be the case often. For example, if you're doing NQR spectra, you won't set your reference frequency to 0. You'll set it to somewhere around your spectrometer frequency. And so it's possible to change your reference frequency. For example, you can set it to the Larmor frequency under the scale menu and then reference frequency. Or you can also click on change resonance frequency and you can enter any value in here that you like. So for example, if I put 200 megahertz, then you see that it recalculates the chemical shifts according to the new scale that I added. So again, this could be useful like if you're doing NQR, or also if you're simulating a bromine and a Mars spectrum, for example, where there's overlap from both isotopes and your reference to bromine 81 or bromine 79, but you have the other isotope in your spectrum which you're trying to simulate. So you can simply change the reference frequency by typing it in. You can also change the center of your spectrum. So the default again, well, the default is what you enter in this box here. So right now it's set to the same as the Larmor frequency, but you can also type a different value to go to a different part of the spectrum. So if I put the value at 3 times the Larmor frequency for spin 3/2, we get this line shape here for the overtone frequency. Also, you can just set your center frequency, for example, at Larmor frequency, or you can go at the other menu set as an overtone frequency, where it lists out all the possible overtone transitions for the site that you're interested in. And so that's how you play around with the scale in Quest. It's not automatically set to your Larmor frequency, just because that when you're dealing with these very broad spectra, you don't really want these limiting factors. So this is it for this video. In the next video I'll be talking about how to work with actual experimental data in Quest.